So this question looks like a translate word problem question. So we're going to read each sentence here, stopping in between to make sure we understood what we read, and then definitely write down any quantitative information. So the question says, Juan purchased an antique that had a value of $200 at the time of purchase. So let's write that down. So $200. The next sentence says, each year the value of the antique is estimated to increase 10% over its value the previous year. Okay, so each year is like plus 10%, and I'll just say per year. That's my translation. The estimated value of the antique in dollars 2 years after purchase can be represented by the expression 200A. All right, so I'm going to say, hey, at the beginning, we're at 200. Year 1, we have a value. Year 2, we have another value that I can find just by doing this plus 10% per year thing. But the question is saying that the expression that represents that value is 200A. All right, so where A is a constant, got it. What is the value of A? So we're just trying to solve for A here. Like, what is A? So here's what I can do. I can figure out, well, what was the value after 1 year? Well, what is 10%? What is a 10% increase above the $200? Well, 10% of 200 is $20, which means after 1 year, the antique should be worth $220. Okay. Now 10%, right, because we're going to grow another 10% to get to year 2, 10% of $220 is $22. Hopefully you see the pattern here, right? I'm just saying 200, put a decimal point there, move it to the left once. That's my 10% number, 20. Okay, now if I have $220, move the decimal place to the left once, that's 22, right? 22 is 10%. Really, 10% of any number is the number that you get by moving the decimal from the end of the number to the left one space. So if I'm at 220 in year 1, and I know that I'm going to increase that by 10%, which is $22, then I should be at 220 plus $22, which is $242 in year 2. Now, here's where we incorporate this 200A, because the question says that 200A is equal to the value at year 2. So 200A must be equal to 242. So if I want to solve for A, I divide both sides by 200. I have A equals 242 over 200. And technically that's my answer, but obviously I can simplify that further. So let's see what I can do. So I'm going to say, well, hey, what is 242 kind of divided by 200? 200 goes in once, so 200. Subtract that, we get 42. Add a decimal point, add a 0, bring that down to 420 here. That's 2, so we get 400 here. Subtract that, that becomes 20. Add another 0, bring that 0 down, that's 200, and that is 1. So my answer is 1.21. That is the value of A.